Hello, I'm EbonyThief. Welcome back to my channel and my hot sauce there in the background, along with some beans and a hair mask. Got a few things just kind of. It's a little bit better. Today I'm talking about Sarah J Maas's Catwoman Soulstealer. I keep forgetting the Soulstealer part because I don't think that ever came into play in the book. No, it didn't. And I started putting little tabbies in. This was after I read the book. I don't know if I'm going to use any of these, but after I read the book, I then put them in there. But as per usual, cover is beautiful. I haven't seen this book naked, though. Just look at the back. There's other DC icons. There's Wonder Woman, Batman, Catwoman, of course, Superman, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. Ooh. Aw. It got the little cat symbol there. It's also on the spine. I am so bad at holding this thing. Sarah J Maas. Am I the only one that says Maas? I can't be the only one that says Maas. I hear Mass a lot, but I think Maas. Maas is just sounds better. But honestly, it's her name. However she says it is how it's pronounced. Just to get it out of the way, spoiler alert, I'm just gonna start talking about it. I mean, going in, I was enjoying it. I really liked how Maas changed things with Selena. Like, she was in a gang, she was doing some underground fighting, there was the occasional time where they would do some burglaries, they would steal some stuff. Or that's mentioned, didn't really happen, it was mentioned in here, but we are first introduced to her when she is in a fight for Carmine Falcone, just like, you know how it is with underground fighting. You got a ring. I guess people put their bets in, and she makes money off of that. And this is like the easiest way for her to make money, which I'm like, just steal some stuff. Why isn't she stealing some stuff? And Maggie's in here, but Maggie is, for those who don't know or haven't read the book, still spoiler alert, Maggie is Selena Kyle's younger sister. In this universe, she is really, really sick with cystic fibrosis, right? CF? So, cystic fibrosis, according to the internet, is when your lungs produce extra thick, sticky mucus and it builds up and clogs your airways. So that is definitely not good. And that's just like a really, really basic definition of what it is. But yeah, Maggie's sick. Selena's a good, big, older sister who's getting into these fights and joined a gang in order to make some money for rent, the doctor's visits, food. And she's struggling a little bit. She's struggling a lot a bit. So when the police and the social care worker, they stop by and they see that like their mom hasn't been around for a while and that they're living alone. Selena gets arrested because she attacks the officers and tells Maggie to run. But that didn't work at all. They got her. And in walks Talia al Ghul, who recruits her into the League of Assassins, under the condition that Maggie goes into a really, really nice, healthy, happy, clean home while she goes to Italy and learns how to kill some people. And then that's the first 38 pages. After that, kind of lost me. Batwing. First of all, who the hell is Batwing? I've seen him maybe once in an animated movie, and I think it was Bad Bloods, and even then I'm like, who the hell is that guy? I don't know who this is. Who is Batwing? And why is he the love interest to Selina Kyle when there is Bruce Wayne? It's just, what? No. No. Batwing, who is, in her book, is Lucas Fox, and I'm guessing that's who it really is. I don't really know. I'm a DC fan, but not a hardcore DC fan. I'm the kind of DC fan that likes DC more than Marvel. I'm that kind of fan. But Batwing, don't know who that is. I'm gonna look it up who Batwing is. Who is that? I got Batwoman before I got Batwing. No one cares about Batwing. Oh, Batwing is also a ride in Six Flags America. I remember that. It's an okay ride. I mean, because it's DC, there's multiple universes. You got Earth 1, you got Earth 3, you got Earth 257. You have DC icons, you have the movies, and you have the TV shows. In other media, he was in Batman Bad Blood. And that was it. He's also in some video games. Ooh, a young Luke does appear in Batman the Telltale series. Oh, they went out of business. Oh. So it's not always Luke Fox, but it can be Luke Fox. Luke Fox. Blah, blah, blah. Luke Fox is the son of Lucius Fox, who is someone who works on all the tech of Batman stuff at Wayne Enterprises. But in Maas's book, Luke Fox is still the son of Lucius Fox. He is my heat's coming on, thank God. It's cold here. It's like 30-something degrees. I hate winter. Luke Fox, son of Lucius Fox. He's black. He's a vet, a war vet. He's a soldier. He has PTSD. He's black. He is the love interest of Selina Kyle, but the main thing is that he is black. We are reminded several times that he's black. He makes a note of his skin being brown, like, more than once. Like, I know. You're black. I get it. But I think that's done because, like, I've heard that one of Maas's biggest controversies is that she's not very diverse. But let's pull out Throne of Glass. I have it right here. I have one sticky thing in there because I looked it up, because when Nehemia was introduced, I always imagined her as a dark-skinned character. It says here she was stunning, long, and lean. Each of her features perfectly formed and smooth. Her loose white dress contrasted with her creamy brown skin. She had some pigment to her, so that's, like, she was diverse even though she killed Nehemia off. She did have some diversity in there. She also has fairies. I don't know how you can get more diverse than that when you add another species. But again, I think that's probably the only reason why Luke Fox is in here, is because he is a black character and she can just bypass that whole controversy. Can you hear my notes? So the rest of this book is Selina recruiting Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn into her little group, because I think I saw a comic about that as well. Like, as she's doing robberies. So I said in the beginning that she was trained by the League of Assassins, and then she eventually leaves them. And over the course of her doing the robberies, she gets attacked 3 times by some members of the League. First time was when she was supposed to meet Harley, and Harley threw an axe at the girl and crushed her skull, which was a pretty badass moment, honestly. I thought I really enjoyed that scene. Second time she was attacked was at Luke Fox's house, where we learned that Selina has stolen something from the League on her way out, which is why they're sending assassins after her. But what I think is kind of strange is how she stole from Talia's half-sister Nessa, and how Nessa's not even dealing with this herself. It's a pretty big insult to steal from the League, first of all, but then you stole directly from one of the main leaders of the League. And they just send assassins after you to do that? No, I think that was a personal attack, and that, like, why is she not settling the score personally? The third time she gets attacked by the League is when she's in Arkham and they just kind of bust in and they let loose all these people in Arkham Asylum, including the Joker and maybe the Riddler, but they haven't heard from the Riddler in a while. Maybe Harvey Dent, maybe Killer Croc, maybe one of the really bad baddies of Gotham. All those people are just loose now. And then we learn that she not only stole the money, but she also stole the formula for the Lazarus Pit. And for those who don't know, the Lazarus Pit is this pit that brings you back to life, heals you of all your sickness and your wounds and all that. Ra's al Ghul just has one in his compound, just chilling beneath it. Took the formula for the Lazarus Pit, and that is so she can cure her sister of cystic fibrosis, and so her sister can live a healthy life, which she eventually does. Selina does get her sister in the pit, and her sister's healed, while there are two assassins attacking in the compound where the pit is. She puts her sister in there. She herself dies because she got injured by Harley Quinn. She's bleeding out. She bled out. She died. They put her into Pit's remains and then start her heart up again, and so she's alive again. Everybody that needed the pit went into the pit, and the assassins were stopped or killed or something. I don't really remember, but that's not the main issue that I have. The main issue that I have with the Lazarus Pit plotline, which is the whole thing for the book, which was Selina's reasoning for even coming to Gotham, and they knew about Maggie and her disease. And they knew eventually that Selina not only took money, but she also took the formula for the Lazarus Pit. Maggie should have been killed by the League, first assassin attack. This far in the book, when the first assassin showed up, Maggie should have been killed. She should have been dead. And her dad should have been dead, because this is the League and they are heartless. Why is Maggie alive? They know she's sick. They know Selina took the Lazarus Pit formula. They know that she's going to use it to cure her sister. They know where she is because they set her up with the whole family situation. Why is Maggie not dead? She is a child against brutal assassins that were trained for countless hours. She's not going to last. Her parents aren't going to last. It would be my first step to getting back at Selina. It's oh, you did this to save your sister? Well, let's kill her. Oh, no, can't save her now, can you? And then she'll be totally broken and won't even want to fight back because Maggie's dead, so. It's why that was completely overlooked. And even when Selina was on the way to where she had the whole thing for the pit set up, she was getting weaker, she was losing blood, and she was thinking I'll just, as soon as Maggie's up and healthy, I'll tell her to just take the car and drive and get away as fast as you can. And even then, I'm they're going to find her and they're going to kill her. Oh, the ending. Oh, God. Okay, so over the course of the book, Selina and Ivy and Harley, they do some pretty crazy things. They bust some people out of prison that eventually assaulted Harley's mother. They did a lot of robberies that really scared some people. That kind of terrorized them. I mean, honestly, it's a scary thing for you to be around someone who can control flowers that can easily stab through you, and someone else who loves creating bombs. And knowing that at any point they could just snap and you could be dead. It's pretty traumatizing what she did to these people. But Luke apparently doesn't give a shit about that because he has no problem making out with her in his car at the end of this book. And then saying that she should take over the underworld and that he's totally okay with working with her. The vigilante that's training under Batman is oh yeah, be a criminal. I'm not going to arrest you because you died and it's totally fine. I think you learned your lesson. You died. You're not gonna do any more crime because Maggie's fine. No, she's not. She shouldn't be fine. The ending, his actions totally contradicts what his character should stand for, which is justice. You're not gonna arrest her. You're not gonna put her through the whole due process to seek justice for all those people that she victimized for her sister, which is totally something that I can see her doing. So props to Maas for that. But you're not going to arrest her because she died. Who cares? She's alive now. Put her in cuffs and take her to the station. What do I have marked in here? Oh. I marked this one blue because I didn't have a black one. This is just one of the moments where we are reminded that Luke is black. It's when he wakes up in Gordon's apartment. Luke wakes up in Gordon's apartment because Selena dropped him off there. Just kind of dropped him in the guest room to Gordon's apartment. And I'm surprised that he didn't even know that anyone was in that guest room. Do you not open up your doors at all? As a commissioner, I think you should have your doors open at all times. But he had like a bag cut in the side, which was stitched all together, and his bodysuit wasn't covered at that point, so he has his brown skin peeking out from beneath. Luke knew Gordon would never say anything. None of them would, but it wouldn't surprise him if some of the shock on the man's face had to do with the brown skin peeking through Batwing's suit. Gordon doesn't care. He doesn't give a flying crap. It's more like, you're in my apartment and you're stitched. What? How did you get in here without me knowing? You're real astute, Gordon. You're real astute there. What's this blue one? Ah, there's this scene where Luke is at the station, and there is this black teenager who is handcuffed and soaked through, dripping wet, cold and shivering, and Luke's like, what the heck? Apparently they arrested the teenager for pot possession. And Luke just walks on in there and he's like, hey, you good? To the teenager who's like, what? And this says, so Luke asked again, signaling he was a friend, especially with the cops gawking at him. Gawking and not yet daring to come closer. You good, bro? He just called him bro. And how did he signal that he was a friend? Like, you good? How did he signal that he was a friend? I don't know where my camera is ever. How did he? I once found weed in my dad's underwear drawer because I have no shame. I'll look wherever. Overall, I gave this book a 2-star rating because of that major plot hole of Maggie just being alive, which was Selena's one and only driving force to doing anything she did, and how vulnerable she was to the League. But without Maggie, like, this whole book wouldn't happen. And then, like, half of this book is following Luke around, and I didn't care. I did not care. Thank you for watching. I'm happy to hear any of your opinions and your thoughts of this book in the comments down below. Feel free to speak your mind because I would love to talk about this book with some people. I will see you in the next video. Even as I did that whole thing, I can't think of when Soulstealer came into play. What, the pit? The pit doesn't take souls. It heals you and brings your life back. Who stole a soul? Why is it called Soulstealer?